The Prime Minister's been heckled by angry pro-Palestinian protesters in Cannock as he arrived at the final stop of his UK tour after announcing the general election date.
Rishi Sunak's key message was on the economy, but some voters said today they believe the Cannock Chase constituency could go back to Labour because of disappointment with the Conservatives. Well, we can cross live now to our reporter Lewis Warner, who is in Cannock, and not quite the welcome the Prime Minister would have been hoping for today, Lewis.
No, as you say, this was supposed to be the big final stop on that UK tour after calling the general election. But those pro-Palestinian protesters, angry with Israel and Gaza, decided to drown out that message. They surrounded the college here behind me, shouting, using loud speakers and waving flags. The Prime Minister at one point looked like wouldn't come. The message that he wanted to deliver was on the economy. He did turn up, though, after a lot of waiting and delays, and this is the second time he's been to the Midlands in as many days. After one Prime Minister knocked down a red wall, this Prime Minister was today told how to build one, advice the polls say he might need. But why has this election battle brought him to Cannock, a seat that is already Conservative? Why are we here today on the second day of campaigning in a seat where you have an almost 20,000 vote majority and you've held comfortably since 2010? Are you worried?
Well, the last couple of days since the campaign started, I've been out and about across the entire country. I started in the East Midlands yesterday, I've been in Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, now here in the West Midlands. And what I'm talking to people about is the future. We've had a difficult few years, but we've now turned a corner, particularly with regard to the economy. And the simple message I've got is we need someone in charge who's prepared to take bold action, who's got a clear plan, and that's how we can deliver a secure future for everyone, not just in the West Midlands, but across the country.
Why are you doing this in a relatively safe seat? Shouldn't you be reaching out slightly?
I said in the last 48 hours, I've been in the East Midlands, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and now here in the West Midlands. And for the rest of the campaign, I'll be out and about across the country because I'm keen to talk to as many people as possible.
Cannock Chase has been Conservative since 2010. The party currently enjoys a majority of almost 20,000 votes. But Labour has consistently come in second place over the last 14 years and recently won control of the local council. It will be hoping the rise of reform will cut the Conservative vote. They've opened their first high street shop in the Midlands right here and admit they could help Labour win power. So you're not bothered if you let a Conservative seat go to Labour because you've taken some Tory votes?
As Mr Galloway said, two cheeks of the same backside, I think. So we see them as the same. They're coming from the same agendas. There's hardly a fag of paper.
So you wouldn't rather a Conservative government to a Labour government?
In all honesty, we know that we've got a chance of doing what you said, that we're going to let Labour in some places, but we just think they're so similar. It's virtually a price worth paying because it's not that big a price, they're the same.
Voters today, though, seem to think Labour do have a chance of taking the seat back.
I voted last time and I voted Conservative and now I regret it.
Do you think people here will stick with the Conservatives this time around?
I doubt it at the moment. They're looking for change.
From what people saying, talk to people, I don't think so. I think they'll go back to the Labour seat.
How this election is going can be judged by where each of the parties choose to spend their time and money. And so far, the Midlands is attracting a fair amount of attention. Lewis Warner, ITV News.